Perfect. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can hear me if OBS is breaking. Perfect. Okay, welcome to qualifying of the Tier 2 Australian Grand Prix for Golden Racing League. We currently have 11 drivers and a late commentator. Please forgive me. I'm only about 5 minutes late. Currently, we have our provisional poll goes to Maxbert. Kirsch is second, and Tripp is 3. We have 4 cars into the pit lane and 4 cars who are currently pushing. This is the third race of Tier 2. Last race was in China. First race I did not commentate on, so I actually don't know what it is. It was Bahrain. So currently we are in Australia. Jake is our new pole setter in the Aston Martin. He set 2 purple sectors and a slow yellow sector, but it was enough. 116.7s. Liam Vetta needs an invite. 1 second. I am pretty sure I have him friended. I'd be really sad if I didn't. I do not. Arc goes back into the pits. Let me lock in real quick. Okay, so our only car out who is currently doing a push lap is Brian. He's sitting his lap currently. It looks like he evaded his lap. 1 people are watching. Currently, we are like 10 minutes in. We only have 5 time setters. I'm assuming it's because there's multiple invalid laps, meaning this race might be a combination of multiple penalties, which is going to be interesting. Brian is currently on his lap. Now we are watching him. I don't see a Wizzy. A Wizzy in the Ferrari. A Wizzy in the Ferrari is known for last season to be the first car out every time. Sadly, I did not get to watch him. He has front wing damage. Back to Brian, though, as he is our car setting a time. I don't have a map. Let me put the map on. In an invalid lap and the final sector. It was minor. I barely noticed it. He's going to come into the pit lane. I think he has wing damage, too. He does have wing damage. Something has occurred. Multiple people have wing damage in qualifying. Back into the pits he goes. TTV, another car who's going to finish his lap. 3 purple sectors according to the game. I don't think that's correct, but it's enough for P2. It was 1 purple sector, actually. TTV and the Kicksauber put the P2 just under Jake by 1/10. Maxbert, who set the first lap to be on pole position, still in 3rd. His time is still impressive, only 3/10 down on P2. Liam Vella might have invited me. Let me check. Oh, wait, how to make... Actually, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Fastest lap goes to Formula Kyle. Wait a second, let me check if I have everyone in the lobby. Okay, sorry. Formula Kyle is our new pole setter in the Mercedes. He puts it P1, 2/10 up on Jake, 3/10 up on TTV. Maxbert on his out lap is going to try to fight that. He was our first pole setter. Kirsch currently, I believe, pushing. He is pushing. He has a yellow sector and a green. It might be minor. It might be enough. He is only 2/10 on the original pole, and he spins into the final corner. He might have been up, but not anymore. Into the pit lane, he has to come. Xenofy has an invalidated lap. Arc is pushing. Arc does not have a lap. He has a lap. Forgive me. Arc has a lap time. It's a 1:18.1. A very late lap. It's enough for P7 right now. He's up on P8, but he's a second to last on the time setters. He still has 8 minutes to go. Trip Yachts, P8. He's our last of the time setters. He's 9/10 down on Arc. He's on his outlap now. It's an invalidated outlap, so it doesn't matter. Spencer on an outlap. Owizzy, the Ferrari with wing damage earlier, is currently pushing, if I'm correct, into Sector 1. A minute down. Not a good Sector 1. Something has to have occurred. He is still pushing, though. Down to Brian. Brian is following Owizzy, and currently... sorry. Brian is currently pushing. How slow is it compared to Owizzy? I do not know. Sorry, I was helping someone with a bug in the game. Let's check who is currently on pole, and it is in fact Maxpert. He was on provisional pole to begin with. He lost it to 4 people. Now he's back for 1:16.38. The Alpine of Maxpert is currently 1.5 tenths up on Formula Kyle. Formula Kyle, I believe, was our last winner in China. He won by an impressive 10 seconds, I'm correct. Jake is in P3 for 1:17.6. And TTV and Curse, the kick solvers, are 4th and 5th. Brian up to P6. He had no time earlier. Now he has a 1:17.3. Xenofy for 1:17.7. Arc into the pits with a 1:18.1. He's currently P8. New fastest lap, though, set by Jake. Of purple sector, 2 yellows, must have been minor for 1:16.1. Pole position is being fought for. Jake was fast in China. He was fighting for pole against Formula Kyle. He had a bad race with wing damage, causing him to fall down the order, but now he's trying to get back on the pole. Forgive me, I got an invite, and let me try to get this person into the lobby so he can play. I mean, race, because we're men. My fault. Where the heck is Liam Butta? There might be some drivers who are currently too fast for the tier, but that is a decision for the moderator team to figure out. We had this issue last season. We did have, I think, 4 drivers who were consistently faster than the other 4. However, I think it still made the tier fun. They were all promoted, so they're no longer here. Into the pits goes Jake. Everyone's in the pits. My game is loading. Let's see if I can find anyone pushing. Trip Yachts into the pits, and Spencer. What are you doing, Spencer? Are you pushing? I think he's pushing. We are now watching Spencer in the Alpine. What can you do, Spencer? He has no wing damage. He is already up, but is an invalidated lap. 2 red sectors now. He's going to come into the pit lane to get a new set of tires for his final lap, as everyone is in the pits currently. The only other driver out doing an out lap is Xenofy in the McLaren. He drove for Ferrari last season. He's now driving for McLaren now. That's probably an upgrade in terms of mental health. No wing damage. He is pushing the car hard on an outlap. How do we go from 21 to 11 viewers? Did I suck that badly? Kind of depressing. Where did it even come from? Who were you people? Liam Vela is into the lobby, but he is unable to do qualifying. So Liam Vela is starting P12, if I'm correct. Xenophi is now starting his lap, so we're going to watch. Into the first sector he goes. Into turn 3. Now turn 4. I had to install this little turn counter in the bottom right because I do not know corners. Turn 5 he goes. It all looks pretty smooth, but is it fast? Onto the main straight he goes. Back straight, not main straight. There's not a corner number for this. I got confused. Forgive me. It is a yellow for the first sector. He did not improve in sector 1. Can he improve in sector 2? He's 8/10 down. I can see chat, yes. I don't look at it too much though because I want to focus on the racing, but I do like glance at it. This is not an improvement for Xenophi, sadly. This is his last run. He's going to be P7 now. 2 yellow sectors. It wasn't any mistakes. It was just a slow lap. He might have pushed the tires too hard on the out lap, and he was unable to find the grip to continue. But a purple... Oh, okay. It was a purple for a second. A minute and 2/10 down on his original time means he stays P7. Brian is the next car to be pushing. Let's wait for it to load properly. 1 second. A red sector 1. An invalidated lap for Brian means he will not improve. He's now completely in the grass. He might be trying to get across the line fast enough to start another lap. But is the tires going to be... Nice drift, I guess. He might be destroying his tires, though. This is even a more aggressive outlap than Xenophi's outlap. Moving down to a Wizzy. Was that the lap? I can't tell. It's already invalidated. I don't know what happened. A Wizzy's lap is already invalidated, sadly. It was a turn 1. It didn't even look that aggressive. Brian comes into the pit, so Brian is not going to improve on his time. Brian finishes P6. Can he be dethroned? Xenophi comes into the pits as well. That's P6 and P7 up for grabs. Trip is rotating his car around turn 1. That was a good aggressive move. Someone is bragging that they're destroying a Wizzy in the 2-player career mode. I'm sorry, a Wizzy, to hear that. Oh, wide goes the Haas, but it's not invalid. Yellow sector into 1. There's 3 cars. 4 cars. Trying to start a lap. Oh my gosh. Some cars are trying to finish a lap. Some cars are trying to start a lap. Jake finishes his out lap now to start his lap. Jake is currently on provisional pole. Behind him is Maxpert. Maxpert just at a purple sector 1. We all love a Wizzy. Thank you, Xenophi, for mentioning it. Maxpert is currently P2. He has a purple sector. He is improving. He's the best in sector 1. He's not a personal best in sector 2, but he's still up by 600ths. It is not enough to get pole. Can he find a time in sector 3? Liam Vela retires from session. Oh wait, he was in session, my fault. P9. I didn't even see him racing. I kind of feel bad. Around the final bend, into the final actual corner, and now into this little straight thingy. Is it enough to dethrone Jaxpert for provisional pole? He comes across the line. P2. He does not improve on Jake. Jake is now still on pole position. Formula Kyle is... Formula Kyle is now the last car who can improve up to pole. He is 4/10 down currently. He has 2 greens. Can he do it? Can he get pole 2 times in a row? Around the final corner he goes. Jake puts it back on pole. I don't know when that happened. And Formula Kyle up to the first row, P2. Jake somehow improved on his time when the flag already fell. I thought he already finished his lap. Formula Kyle's new lap was contending for pole position, but Jake's new lap is an absolute monster. Puts it into the 115s. Absolute monster lap. Sadly, we were not watching the other laps. Too much action was happening at the final corner. Jake with a monster lap puts over 115.8. Formula Kyle, P2. Let me close this. Maxpert in the Alpine, who was a provisional pole sitter for the majority of this session, P3. The Kicksaubers continue being 4th. Brian, P6. Xenophile, P7. They were not dethroned. Ark up to P8. Spencer up to P9. Liam Vela, our late entry, P10. And Trip, P11 with a Wizzy, P12. From first to last, it's 3 seconds. However, if you slowly go down the order, it's pretty consistent. My game's like freaking out. Let me force it to be hidden. Okay. Sorry, my telemetry was like having a crash out. I don't know why. And now we are at race start. I never saw those two people in the window ever clap before. What the heck just happened? It's kind of weird. They're like, what are they doing? Like, they're like clapping. This is my content right now. It's talking about clapping people. Look at them. They're like so excited. And the guy in the background is looking the other way. I can't look at anything else. So this is it. This is the peak commentary content. Two people clapping in one direction, one person in the other direction. All wearing different shirts, but they all have the same haircut. Okay, now we're actually at the race formation lap. We can now check the tires. Check the tires. Like, remember which one it is. There you go. Dang. Everyone's on hards but one driver who is on mediums. I'm going to assume it's raining. People cannot change the tire strategy. That is an issue when people immediately start the race. It's kind of annoying. I should have mentioned that in chat or the announcement, as that is the expectation. We're supposed to wait a little bit so people have time to make strategy changes. In Tier 1, we gave ourselves 3 minutes. It's respectful, so we should try to do that next time, guys. It's okay. Everyone's on hards, besides one driver who on mediums. I'm going to assume Kyle takes the lead in turn 1, just because he's on the faster tire. My biggest assumption, because I do not have the weather data, it's going to rain at around lap 15. And because of that, most drivers here took hards so that way they can get to the rain comfortably. Formula Kyle put mediums on. I'm assuming he's going to prioritize taking the lead instead of going long. I don't know what Golden Callum realized. Oh, probably the people clapping. So, the formation lap's been tight, no issues so far, it's pretty good. Here we see the tire strategies, race strategies, hards, mediums, that pretty much everyone kind of is doing. They're on the hards, but they're not going to go on mediums. They're probably going to pit for wets. I am guesstimating, because I do not know if it's going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. It's kind of dark. My predictions for race start, Formula Kyle sends it down the inside to take the lead of the race. Jake has to back off to be safe. Sticks to P2 though. He then follows Formula Kyle throughout the race with the hard tires. He might actually lose time at first, but he'll catch back up. And the race for the lead will be around the wet tire mark. We're going to have 5 red lights. 11 drivers on hards, 1 on the mediums. Can he improve? And we're off. Late start for everybody. Formula Kyle might have had the start. Jake had a good enough start to hold off. Kyle's already on the inside. He sweeps around. Jake maintains his lead. Kyle is P2. Maxpert P3. Minor changes in position. Everyone kind of just held. Arc is up to P7. Brian still P6. Very little position changes into the first corner. The top 6 did not change. Never mind. Kursk is now the lead kick Sauber. There is a Ferrari in the yellow sector. Liam Vela is sliding. Does he have wing damage? He does not. Liam Vela is okay. He has lost time, but no wing damage is the priority. Spencer, P11, behind the track. He's down 2 positions. Back to the front. Jake is still in the lead. Goes a little wide, but it's okay. TTV already gets a time penalty, multiple warnings in the first lap. TTV is our first car for penalty in P5. He's also the second kick Sauber. He was overtaken by his teammate Kursk, but he is still P5. That is still a high position. There's still an entire race to go, and that's your only penalty. That's pretty much not even a penalty. Tripp is up 3 positions. Jake says fastest lap, but that is to be expected, as he was in the lead. Formula Kyle in P2. He's on the mediums, but he's not gaining on Jake. It might be hard to overtake here currently, or he might be waiting for the DRS straight on the back. Maxpert, who was on provisional pole. Actually, wait, where's the time interval? What the heck is that at? There you go. So the top 4 all within DRS. TTV is 1 second down on his teammate, but Brian is also within DRS of him. Arc is 2 seconds down on his teammate. Trip Yachts 4 seconds down. Spencer within DRS. Liam Vela, who had the incident earlier, is P10. However, 2 cars have already pit. A Wizzy and Xenophi. They probably had wing damage. They put on the mediums instead. They have each other at least, and they can race. Back to the front, as you're going to see if Formula Kyle can do it. He was unable to overtake on the back straight. Onto the main straight they go. He's within 3/10 of him. He's going to have DRS. He's going to have the slipstream. This might be his best chance. No DRS. Oh, there it was. That was weird. Maxpert sets the fastest lap for 119.8. Formula Kyle is within DRS range, and he's keeping up with Jake, but he's not overtaking. I can't tell if he's holding or he just can't overtake at the current moment. It could be either or. Maxpert, though, has caught up. He's 4/10 down now. But Formula Kyle does have DRS. I don't think he's going to be able to overtake as long as that is true. Unless he burns a lot of energy, but then it's not worth it. Kursk, P4, TTV P5. Nothing has really changed since the beginning. Arc P7. They're all in the back straight. TTV gets another time penalty of 3 seconds. The tire wear is already a 18% for Arc. Compared to everyone else, that is the standard. Brian also has 18%. I probably shouldn't be reading out people's time information. The tire wear is high. Let's say that. Tire wear is high for everybody. It's very similar. And those are the hard tires. My dog just barked. Forgive me. Jake is currently still in P1. Formula Kyle is still behind. He's lost a 10th, but he's still within DRS. Maxpert, though, is gaining on Kyle. It is a three-way fight for the lead at the current moment. Jake, Kyle, and Maxpert. Kursk in P4. He's still holding. Nothing has changed since then. A Wizzy has been overtaken by the McLaren of Xenophi. He is chasing still a Wizzy. Trip Yachts retires from the session, causing a full course safety car. Into the wall goes the Haas. You can see him in the background. His tire is off. Wonder what happened. What bend was that? That was the bend going onto the second straight. What the heck happened? Sadly, Trip Yachts has retired. He's retired from P10, full course safety car. This does help a Wizzy and Xenophi. They were 20 seconds down. Now they're going to be on the very back of the grid. This also kind of helps Kyle, I think. Kyle no longer has to run his mediums that long. This would have been better for Kyle if he already overtaken, because then he can just relax. He's still P2. Trip Yachts has posted a picture of Arthur. He then deleted the picture of Arthur. I do not know why he did that. So a full course safety car at lap 4. It's going to be around 3 laps of safety car, so lap 7. Multiple drivers come into the pit lane. I wonder why. They put on a new set of medium tires. Into the pits. Into the pits goes Spencer, Liam Vela, and TTV. They did lose a couple positions. However, I'm assuming they just want to last to the rain. We might have had the first safety car that was not on purpose. Good job, Trip Yachts. I'm not being sarcastic. I'd rather you DNF accidentally than you just ram the wall because you're upset. So I'll take it. You're a hero in my eyes, Trip Yachts. I'll tell you that. Ark is up 4 positions. When did that happen? Ark, who started P8 up to P4. He is 1 place off the podium. He did not pit. I don't know if Kirsch pit. Spencer gets a penalty under the safety car. He is currently in P8, P9. That's 2 cars with penalties. I'm assuming Kirsch has pit because there's no way. No, yeah, exactly. The top 4 have not pit. Everyone else has pit down the trip. Trip is already DNF, does not count. So the top 4 have pit. Sorry, the top 4 have stayed out, while 5th down to 10th have put on fresh mediums. Ark has taken track position over fresh tires. Was that the smart move? I do not know. At the very least, he's now up to P4. But if he gets destroyed on the restart, it's not going to be worth it. However, he does only need the last till the rain. I'm saying that in air quotes because I do not know if it's going to rain. I'm assuming it's going to rain because everyone put on hards. And it's really dark for some reason. Unless my game's brightness is just low and I'm just like making up things. I don't know. I will say, very impressive from Jake. Formula Kyle was on a roll in China. Started on pole position, had an insane lead, spun it under safety car, then regained his lead down from P8 back to the lead by 10 seconds. Formula Kyle was on an absolute jeez, I can't talk. Was on an absolute rampage and won that race fair and square, of course. I keep calling him Formula Kyle because I think it's funny. Oh, wait, what's that llama? What am I thinking about? I might be thinking someone else, honestly. Wait. I think I just mixed up Kyle with another driver. I do not know right now. 1 second. If I did, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. No, okay, it was him. I think his name was like Llama. Last race. It was way funnier. I prefer Llama. What happened to Llama? The safety car is in this lap. We're going to have a safety car restart with Jake leading the field. Either he just took out Kyle's front wing. He did not. Maxpert is extremely close to Kyle in the restart. Can he get the position? He's on the inside line. He backs out of it, though. Ark is still surviving. Kirsch is extremely close. But Ark is using Maxpert to defend. And it's working out for him. They're too wide through multiple corners. But that might be the... Oh, that takes him out. Down 3 positions goes Ark. He's on the outside line. He gets tapped. He's now trying to survive on his old hard tires down the P7. That is unfortunate. He was side by side with the Alpine. Gets a minor tap in the corner. Has to recover. And 2 cars pass him. 3 cars pass him during that action. Spencer is now the next car on him. Arc does not have the best of luck when it comes to racing. Something always happens. But it's still okay because it's only lap 7. He can recover. Just like how Formula Kyle recovered. Back up to the lead, let's watch. Maxpert had to defend against Arc earlier, meaning he did lose a little bit of time. Kyle is still on Jake. Jake is still in the lead. Kyle is on him though. Kyle has not been off Jake by more than a second the entire time. 2 drivers get penalties. Arc and Kirsch, meaning we now have 4 driver penalties so far. Maxpert P3, Brian up back to P4, I believe. He's up 2 positions. He is fighting Kirsch currently. That's probably why Kirsch got the penalty. He's defending hard. Maxpert is our first front runner of a penalty. 3 seconds. This might be bad for Maxpert's chances of winning. So far, the top 3 have been separated by a second the entire time. 3 seconds now could be the reason why he does not win if he takes the lead. There's 19 people in chat. Wow, my gosh, why are you all here? What are you watching? Liam Vela and Sinophi. P10 to P11. I'm pretty sure Liam Vela actually 20 seconds down. What happened? Liam Vela and the McLaren are fighting. Sinophi gets around the inside of the back straight up to P10. I don't know what happened to these two again that caused them to be 20 seconds down. But here we go. They're fighting again. TTV gets another time penalty, bringing him to 6. No position changes have happened since the restart, besides Arc, I believe, and Sinophi, of course. Trimps has left the session. Goodbye, Trimps. You'll be missed. It's a very close fight. The top 5 have been glued. Top 6, honestly, have been glued. And then 7, 8, and 9 are pretty much next to each other. Arc did not pit for new mediums. He was P8. He moved up to P4. Now he's on hards. Spencer gets a penalty. Now he's on hards. He's back to P8. So it wasn't a negative move. It was a good opportunity if he didn't get pushed wide. I don't know if he was pushed wide. Something happened where he was wide with contact. Net neutral. Still P8. No loss. No. If you don't take risks, you don't make positions. So it was a good risk. It's now lap 9. Awizzy is 4 seconds down. Awizzy's by himself currently. In his own world, Awizzy drives. P9 for Awizzy, who qualified P12. So Awizzy's up 3 positions. Good for him. In the top, though, we have Brian and Maxpert fighting. Maxpert is the loser of the situation. He goes wide, and now Brian takes a position. Kirsch now around the outside. Maxpert into those 2 walls. Double front wing damage. Not good for Maxpert. He is now running wide. Time penalty on top of it as an insulting factor. Like he did it on purpose. Maxpert hit 2 walls coming out the corner with a time penalty and front wing damage. He didn't come into the pits now. He was in contention of winning. Now he's fighting for survival. I have no clue how he survived. I thought that was going to be a guaranteed safety car, a DNF. But he's still in it. Maxpert down to P6. He's going to come into the pits now for a new front wing. That's going to drop him to P10, I'm pretty sure. Can he recover? Can he do what Kyle did? Moving back up to Brian. Brian, who was the catalyst of the incident, not because he caused it, because he overtook him, up to P3. TTV up to P4. Kirsch had to move down a position because of the contact, down to P5. Arc up to P6. There's a yellow flag. Someone's moving slow. It's an Alpine. Is it Spencer? He looks alright. No, he doesn't, because Spencer doesn't have a front wing. Spencer is now riding the wall. And now he's parking the car. He's parking the car on the grass now. He's going slowly. Going really slowly. Going really slowly. I just want to see what happens. He's just riding the wall now. His teammate passes him. I have no clue what Spencer's doing. I just want to make sure it's recorded. I'm surprised this car's surviving, actually. He's kind of like ramming the walls. I like the right angle to not die. He's not taking a car out, which is good. But he's out now. Spencer purposely hits a wall, bringing out a safety car. Oh, my fault. I was told there's a loud popping noise when I mute myself. Sorry, didn't know that. I'll probably mute myself now on the OBS system and not on the mic physically. So Spencer rams the wall, causing a DNF. However, a safety car does not come out for some reason. I guess the game does not care anymore. Jake still P1, Kyle still P2. Brian up 3 positions to take P3. TTV and Kirsch, both kicksaubers, are on their exact qualifying position. Was a fight earlier. Now they're back to P4-5. Arc up 2 positions. Arc went from P8 to P4, back to P8, up to P6. Maxpert, who was P3, had a great fight with the top 2. Now down to P7 with wing damage. He's 18 seconds down on Arc. He needed that safety car, honestly, for his teammate. His teammate ran the wall, but did not cause a safety car. Xenophi P8. P9 and P10 are the Ferraris. Double Ferrari at the bottom. Awizzy and Liam Vela. Awizzy is up 3 positions, though, and Liam Vela is at his qualifying position. So, honestly, this is a win. But Arc overtakes Kirsch, but it was not an actual overtake. I got way too excited. It was actually a pit stop overtake, so still an overtake. Up to P5 goes Arc. Kirsch puts on a new set of hard tires. It's not raining. It doesn't look like it's going to rain. It actually got brighter. So now I'm confused. Was it ever going to rain? Was the rain the friends we made along the way? Am I delusional? A little wide goes Kirsch, honestly. Cold tires. He might have just crashed there, but it's okay. He might have got a warning for that corner, which is annoying. Oh, does he have wing damage? He has wing damage. Oh my gosh. Kirsch has wing damage. And I think he literally just pit. So Kirsch gets wing damage after he pits, which is the worst time they get wing damage. Like the literal worst time one can get wing damage is right, literally right there. He goes a little wide. He gets corner cutting penalty. He's just trying to survive. Is he going to come into the pits? Brian and TTV both overtake Kyle, who's in the pit lane. Kyle puts on a fresh set of hard tires. It is not going to rain. Kyle is now going till the end on these hards. There is no rain. I made it up. What's it called? I don't know what happened. Kirsch gets a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane and retires. Honestly, that's fair. That's just annoying. Spencer claims pedal failure. I can't confirm or deny that because I do not know. I believe him. I trust Spencer. Brian up to P2 now. TTV up to P3. Kyle down to P4. Arc up to P5. Maxpert down to P6. Xenophi, who qualified P7, is P7. Oh, Rain. Yeah, I made Rain up. I'm literally Sky Sports. Lizards. Lizard people. Actually, a Wizzy's a lizard. He's a very good racing lizard. It's kind of impressive, honestly, when you learn that he's like controlling a controller as a lizard. Very impressive. So Jake is currently still P1. Does he have fastest lap? Fastest lap belongs to MaxSport. So sadly, he's not fastest lap. But he has currently led every lap. So very good for Jake, leading every lap of the race so far. He's been under threat from Kyle. However, Kyle has not made an overtaking attempt that I have seen. Brian's having a great race for the VCarb team, up to P4. TTV up 1 position currently from his qualifying. He's had a little bit of an incident earlier, but now he's back to form. Kyle, who is pit, so he's currently P4. Having a good race so far. He's been following Jake. He's currently just P4 because of the pitting. Apparently, a Wizzy is a fridge. That's kind of cool still, I'm not gonna lie. Good job for you. Arc rounding out the VCarb greatness. I think they're currently the highest scoring team of this race. They have a 2nd place currently, and then a 5th place. He's currently up to P5. He has not pit. Arc is running along on the hards that he started on. MaxSport P6. He qualified P3. He absolutely annihilated a wall. Like, he ate both walls, and he's up to P6. So, good for MaxSport. He is recovering. He's having a good recovery drive so far for someone who ate 2 walls. Arc moves up to P4 as TTV pits. Xenofy still P7. And then the Ferraris, who are now both up 1 position. Sorry, they're both up positions. Liam Vela up 1. A Wizzy up 4. A win is a win. Let's go, Ferrari. I need this, please. I feel betrayed every weekend I watch a race. I just want to watch a race win for Ferrari. That's so much to ask for. So currently everyone's kind of just holding. The position right now is incorrect as these are mid pit stops. Sorry, I muted my mic again. Brian's having a good race though. Like, even he might not be P2 because he has to pit still. But he's still going to be around P, like, 5. P4, maybe. So he's having a great race, Brian. Both cars into the pit lane, Jake and Brian. Jake had an 8-second lead. He has a 2.3-second stop. I've never seen that before. What the heck? I've only seen 2.2s. Apparently, Jake had a 0.1-second worse pit stop than average. That's crazy. Kyle takes the lead for the first time in the race. Kyle has also pit already. So Kyle is currently P1 on merit. By 4 seconds. Kyle is in the lead by 4 seconds. This is the true position. Jake now has to catch up. Brian down to P6. Arc up to P3, down to P4. I have no clue where that Alpine just came from, down to P5. I am not gonna lie to you, that was crazy. That Alpine was like spawned into existence. Arc is still on the hards, and he is not pit. I wonder why. He is staying out as long as he can on the hards. The same hards he started on. He is the only driver to not pit yet, who is still in the race. Around the outside goes his teammate, Brian, up to P5. Arc is just cooking these tires. 80% on the back left. A Wizzy up to P7. I don't know when this happened, but okay, cool. Xenofy down to P8, and Liam Vela up to P9. Good race so far. MaxSport gets another time penalty. That makes it 6 seconds. What front wing damage, apparently. So MaxSport has front wing damage. And Brian is gonna overtake. He did cut the corner. Did he have to give it back? That's crazy. Brian does not have to return the position. It looks like he cut the corner though. But I am not a steward, so I do not know. Brian was the faster car there, so it was like a matter of time. However, It looks like Brian completely just might have been within track limits. I don't know. TTV gets another time penalty. Maxpert runs a little wide. Arc back up to P6. Arc is like an enigma of driving because I have no clue. Oh, he pitted. Okay, that makes sense. I have no clue he's gonna be in like another lap or two. He can be P1, he can be P10, he can be P11. I don't know. He is somewhere. Arc now is the car on the freshest tires, so he should be the fastest car currently. Back up to the lead. Jake, who was 4 seconds down on Kyle, is now only a second and a half. Jake is moving quickly. Kyle is on the hards. Jake is on the mediums. Jake has to do 10 more laps on these tires. Kyle has to do 10. Kyle can relax. 10 laps on hards is easy. 10 laps on mediums might be a little bit more of a struggle. TTV up to P3. I have not spoken much to TTV. He's having a good race though. He lets Brian pass him though. I don't know why. Anyways, into the wall to get front wing damage. That might be why he gave the position up. He has double front wing damage. Green on the left, yellow on the right. Wing damage is not going to help him around Australia. You can get lucky with the back straight, but the Sector 2 corner sequence is too aggressive. Smith Cannon, who is apparently Kyle's co-owner of a league, says we have to join his league. But I don't want to. How dare you tell me what to do? I'm joking. TTV P4, Maxpert up to P5. Maxpert is on a recovery drive of his life. He gets double front wing damage, has to pit early, gets more front wing damage, has to pit again. I should stop watching people. I think I'm giving bad luck. I watch someone and something bad happens. Let's watch Brian. I'm joking, Brian. Don't crash the car. Brian's currently P3. He's having a great race so far. And honestly, as I keep glazing Brian, TTV is also having a good race. TTV has been with Brian the majority of this race. He does have front wing damage now, but he's still keeping up. So honestly, TTV has been on a roll. But Jake takes the lead of the race. Let's watch that real quick. I'm sorry. Jake on his fresh mediums overtakes Kyle. Kyle's on hards right now. Currently, the mediums are the faster tire by far. Jake made up the deficit of 5 seconds in around 3 racing laps. The mediums are steamrolling the hards right now, but Kyle does not have to watch the tires. Kyle can just drive, knowing the hards will make it to the end. Jake has to worry about the tires eventually dying and Kyle re-overtaking for the lead. Kyle is playing the long game here. I do not have data on Kyle because he did not turn his data on, so it is what it is. Brian up to P3. Brian currently has no competitor. TTV could have fought for P3, but he has wing damage, so he has to settle for P4. Brian currently is P3 on merit, and he's going to stay P3 as long as no one else makes up that much ground on him. Arc up to P5. Had front wing... No, sorry. He had extremely old tires. Now he has regular tires. He's currently fighting for P5 against Maxpert. Maxpert is 3 seconds down on him with fresh tires and a fresh front wing. Brian gets a penalty. What the heck, Brian? Why would you do this? It's messed up. Xenophi, no penalties. Good for him. P7. What is my expectation? My predictions? My tires are crying, it says Awizzy. Let's watch Awizzy. I can't look at Awizzy's tires because his data is off, but according to him, his tires are dying. He is on softs. That's your fault, Awizzy. What the heck? You put on softs? Why? We're going to eat a wall any second. So far, he's doing good for someone who has softs on. Liam Vela is erasing his teammate right behind. He is on mediums, meaning he is not on softs. A strategy call that a Wizzy did. Around the outside he goes. Oh, it was dangerous. Cuts off his teammate into the sector 2 back straight corner. A Wizzy down to P9. Liam Vela up to P8. They're still up positions though. This is still a net positive for Ferrari. Xenophi P7. Let's watch from Kyle again. Kyle is losing time to Jake. It's only been a second. Jake is currently gapping on his mediums. Kyle is still within the arrest right now. He's still within a second on the hard tires. He's doing a good job. Brian still P3. TTV has lost 8 seconds since the damage has first occurred. He's doing a good job for having front wing damage. The issue is his wing damage is so great. Can Arc catch up? Arc is currently being caught by Maxpert. I think the expectation now is that, oh, snap of oversteer gives the position to the Alpine. Oh, Wizzy is telling me his tire's about to blow up. Oh, Wizzy, don't know. Oh, Wizzy pit. Oh, Wizzy pit. Oh, Wizzy pit. Don't do this. Please pit. Don't DNF. There's no reason to DNF. You could finish this race. Dang, those tires do look horrible though. Oh my gosh. Going back to what I was talking about, my prediction for the race, the last 3 laps are filled with Jake and Kyle fighting. Brian takes home P3 as he has no contest. TTV gets overtaken by the Alpine. However, he then has to fight Arc. So the fight for P5 is between TTV and the Kicksauber. Right, TTV and Arc. Xenophi comes home P7, his qualifying position. And the Ferraris hopefully finish P8, P9. It depends on if a Wizzy's gonna completely blow up his tire for the fun of it. Oh, Wizzy. Lock in. You got that. Currently, Arc is losing a little bit of time to Maxpert, but he is still gaining on TTV. So the fight for P6, P5 is still on. Moving back up to Kyle. Kyle has regained 4/10 on Jake. I got distracted by this Ferrari weaving under blue flags. He is ghosted. That's good. Great corner exit by Kyle gives him an absolute run on Jake. He was only unable to overtake because of how tight the straight was, but Kyle is extremely faster than Jake right now. The hards are cooking. Can Jake maintain his lead for 5 more laps? Jake was on pole position. He led the entire first stint of the race. But right now, Kyle might be the competitor for the win. He's not going to take on the main straight, but the back straight is anyone's game. Brian still P3. He's singing his favorite song right now. He's having a good time. TTV has not lost that much time. He hasn't lost any time since I've last checked on him. Either Brian is conserving his tires, or TTV is an absolute rocket with no front wing. But he gets the penalty. How much penalties does he have? It's not on purpose, I know. 21 seconds? Oh my gosh. The Kicksauber, the final Kicksauber in the race, has 21 seconds of penalties. Brian has 9 into the wall. A little aggressive. Brian has 9. The Kicksauber has 21. Maxpert, the Alpine who... I keep saying he ate a wall. I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying it's more impressive that he's P6, P5, fighting for P4. Because he absolutely ate a wall. to P5. He's technically P4. Arc, 6 second of penalties is P6. I think both of these cars are already P4. Technically P5 because of the penalties. Xenophi, who got the first penalty 2 laps ago, 3 seconds, P7. He's still P7 with the penalty. And then P8 and P9, 6 seconds each. Wizzy has a blown tire, I'm pretty sure. That does not look normal. He does get lapped. He stays out on his blown tire. So Wizzy's just having his own challenge. He's having fun. He might get lapped twice though. So the only 2 drivers without penalties is Kyle and Jake. And I think that's kind of impressive because it's very hard around Australia to not at least get 1 penalty. Oh, around the outside goes Jake, or Kyle, and he completes the move. That's the more impressive part, that he completed it around the outside. Kyle takes the position from Jake. Kyle is now in the lead. He was on the alternate tire strategy, and it worked out for him. I think this is it. Kyle might just run away with the lead. Jake is going to do his best to keep up. He has DRS for this straight, but is it going to be enough in Sector 2? This is it. Around the outside with DRS, he's burning battery. He takes back the lead. He goes a little wide. Jake is still sticking with it, but Jake retakes the lead. He heard my doubts. He said, nah, I'm going to win it anyways. Jake is back to P1. Yellow Sector 1, 2, 3, I can't count. Kyle has DRS. Wait, broadcast, my fault. TTV retires from the session, giving P5 to Arc. Arc is now P5. Maxport is P4. Kyle does not overtake on the back straight. Is he going to overtake on the corner exit? He's in the inside line this time. He's going to back out of it. Jake maintains his lead. The fight for P1 is still on. Jake did not give up. He got overtaken. He took it back on the second straight. I never noticed that Australia has 4 DRS zones. That's crazy. Kyle has DRS. That Ferrari comes out the pits, as you just saw. Kyle's not going to overtake on the main straight. Is he going to overtake on the second straight? He has the better corner exit. Is he going to burn battery? He is not. Jake had to have burned his battery. He was so much faster on that corner exit. Brian is still P3. No contest. 15 seconds down the P4. Brian is having a race. He just has to do 2 more laps, and Brian's on the podium. Maxport, he was P3. He could have fought for the win. Sadly, he had the wing damage. He's going to come home P4, a respectable P4. Arc, who qualified P8, right now is in contention for P5. His only competitor right now is Xenophi. As long as he finishes 3 seconds ahead, he is P5. Liam Vela, who started late in the qualifying session, qualified, I believe, P11, is currently P7, and currently Wizzy, who was dead last in qualifying, is gonna come home a respectable P8 after he tested out every tire. Wizzy has determined that if you drive a soft for more than 10 laps, it blows up. Thank you, Wizzy. You are a scientist. Jake gets a penalty. Jake gets a penalty. Oh my gosh. Jake gets a penalty. 3 seconds. That might seal the deal. Kyle is right behind him. Kyle no longer needs to overtake. Kyle just needs to be behind him. Is that it? Is Kyle going to get a penalty? How many warnings does Kyle have? This is the final lap. Kyle is technically net P1. Is he going to overtake on track? Is he going to get a time penalty at the final corner? It's anyone's game. Jake maintains his lead around the outside, though, is Kyle. Oh! He cuts across the corner and exit. Jake is taken out. Jake spins on corner exit. Is that going to be a penalty? That might have decided the race. I do not know. I'm not a steward right now. Jake might not be happy. I think it was obvious that Jake was not going to win because of the penalty. Kyle was the winner already. He's going slow. Kyle lets Jake pass the finishing line first. However, he takes the win with the 3-second penalty after it's enacted. Kyle wins the Australian Grand Prix. Kyle comes home P2. Brian, who had a spectacular race, is going to finish P3. 12 seconds of penalties means Max Sport has to come home P4. The Alpine, the last one remaining, is P4. Arc, around the final 2 corners he goes, completes the V-Carb dominance. They have the most points scored this race. Actually, I think they got 25 points. They have tied Aston Mercedes for the most points this race. Comes home P5. Sinophy P6. And both Ferraris were lapped. Absolute great race in my opinion. Brian had a very good race though. Fastest lap goes to Viambella. Race winner is Kyle. Driver of the day with the most overtakes is a Wizzy. Yay, a Wizzy. And then cleanest driver goes to Kyle as well. Here is our order. We've had apparently only 1 DNF. Sorry, 4 DNFs. There's been 4 DNFs. 2 cars were lapped. And the rest finished on the race leader's lap. Thank you all for watching. Forgive me for being late. That was my fault. We had a good race anyways. Kyle wins with Jake coming home P2. Kyle had the better strategy. Jake had the better race pace, but it did not win out at the very end. Brian with a storm from P6 up to P3. V-Carb finished out with a P5 by Arc. Max Sport had a good recovery drive back to P4, just off the podium. Sinophy in the McLaren, who had a pit on lap 2, up to P6. And both Ferraris round out our finishers, laps down, but with fastest lap. Thank you all for watching. That'll be it. See you not next week apparently, but the weekend after.